What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, cloud swing traders? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys are feeling good. Hope you guys are surviving some feuds, some Twitter feuds. Al's in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to Amy. Good morning to Andy, Bill, Cheryl, Jeff, John, Lucian. Good morning to Lydia, Martina, Rob, Shane, Tim. We got William in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to me in YouTube land. Good morning to all the larkers in the background in YouTube land. And just probably not gonna say nothing all day. Each and every day. You guys show up, and some of you just don't say, no, it's okay. I still love you. Hit that like and subscribe button. But I gotta be honest, guys. I gotta be honest. I was getting a little bored in the market. I was Things were just getting boring. And I was like, all right, China deal, no China deal, tariff. And then I was like, if only something could happen to really drive up my get the boredom out of here. And then all of a sudden, the Trump Elon Twitter feud going back and forth, just getting crazier and crazier by the moment. And yeah, that was we'll see. Uh, Following Elon, following Trump for some time, I feel like that's not done. I don't think they usually do a one day event. Usually things linger, and then there's going to be press conferences. They're going to get asked again, and then things are going to spark again. So I don't think it's over, but wild, wild day. Anyway, Spy sold off. Tesla sold off. Helped to bring the Spy down. You had every other company kind of getting some a little bit of red in the day. This is an absolutely fantastic gap up today. So, if you are buy and holders, pretty much on anything, you're getting a little bit of a gap up today. We ran right into a previous support, 591.76. The market makers doing all of the work today, getting us all the way back to pretty much the open of yesterday. And then you got 597.07 is a good support for today. So see if that breaks down. If not, or if it does, 596.31. The one after that, you got 594.80. Let's start searching northbound on this gap and go day. Next spot to the higher side takes us back to this 599.65. It is Friday. We do have Lydia says, I know you weren't bored yesterday. No, yeah, yesterday I couldn't get enough. I'm I'm here for the drama. Uh, we have options expiring today. That 600 level is going to be a big one. So I have my next target to the higher side, 599.65, and then I got $600.11. I think by the end of today, it's not a major options day today, but we will have some options closing. I'd be really impressed if we close above 600. So I'm going to use that target 599.65. Doesn't mean intraday we can't get there, but toward the end of the day, I think if we're above 600, you probably get some end of day jitters, sell-offs, or more tweeting going on and more more just confusion in the market more than anything else. Let's check out the Qs. Qs are in an okay spot, not as I don't think it's as strong of a gap as it's still decent, but not as strong of a gap as Q's, unless in the next 23 minutes we're opening above 529.51. Then that would be a pretty impressive gap, but you still have the opening price to climb through as well. So we'll see. Support, we're at least above. It is a pretty decent gap and go. We are above support, 528.35. We will see if we can climb above that one. And then if we can start breaking 529.51, next stop at 530 is a good hold number. So maybe we stay below that. But otherwise I have 530.48 and then 532.80 to the higher side on things. So not bad. Good recovery overnight. Markets there's red candles, so we're gonna buy all the dips, I guess. Bitcoin. Bitcoin also rough day yesterday. So somehow I think Bitcoin, yeah, people told me, yeah, if Trump and Elon ever get into a Twitter fight, then Bitcoin is definitely going to sell off. I think that's the fundamentals behind Bitcoin, how it works, apparently. But Bitcoin said, yeah, we don't like this Twitter feud either. They had a big candle, big selling. Again, we did break a decent uptrend prior, somewhere on May 29th. Had a little downtrending day, kind of not really a great retest, but hanging out for now. Definitely not a good close to yesterday's candle. All of today, right now, looks like a little bit of a retest. We'll see if we could hold 103, 728. If we could hold that, fantastic. It's maybe we recover a good bounce off that uh, one of the 50 EMA, and then we'll see if we got to get back above 104. We'll just call it 105. But 104, 804, somewhere above there, if we could get some closing, then okay. Good little trap candle. Scared whoever we got to get scared out, and maybe that's enough to rip higher at that point. But right now, tons and tons of resistance above us. It is a decent move higher. We just got to go clear a couple more levels at this point. Wendy says, "Did we do Tesla already?" No, we did not. I'm scared. I'm gonna go to Hams first. Hams is the first one I see. We're gonna anticipate Tesla. Let's anticipate that one. First one I see is Hims. Let's go to this one first. We got Hims hanging out. Honestly, it was an okay close. We got this double top, pretty clear as day. Double top in here. We got to close below the 20 yesterday. Chopzilla, I think. Yeah. If we start breaking through 52.49. That would be probably the next spot or next sign that we go a little bit lower. That would take us to about $50, 54 cents. $50 is a whole number too, so maybe we get held there. But otherwise, more than likely, that double top looks a little bit more impressive. And then you got 46.92 ahead of you. I don't think for today. I think today, for right now, a little choppy. I'd actually see if this one gets bought up today. But again, 53.79. So I don't think there's too much room for the Bulls, but we have a gap to go today. Leaning a little bit bullish, at least at open. Structurally on the daily, probably ends up selling off. So I don't think I would take this one in either direction for today. If you want to try it as a swing, maybe. I don't love it up here as a swing. I mean, we are pretty high historically right now. If this one came back a little bit further into some lower levels, I think he gets some more room to run. But you might be looking at a possible double bottom if we could break out of yesterday's high. Otherwise, I think a little bit of chop on that one today. Amazon, that looks like an absolute beast of a gap. Oh my goodness, that one I got to move higher. I like it a lot. We got 213.47 will be my next target to the higher side. About 213.57. If we get through that, your next move, 216.56. All of yesterday in the fear, the panic, the Twitter feud, the big bombshell from Elon, everything causing markets to just panic. Amazon, nice recovery. Because China didn't matter yesterday. We were talking, yeah, if we have good news on China, and then all of a sudden nobody cared anymore. But if we could open above 212.12, I want to stay as bullish as possible on Amazon. I think that looks really, really good. All right, Wendy, we'll get to Tessie. That's the next one on the list. Tesla, Tesla, Tesla. So here's an interesting setup. I don't think you have that kind of craziness and feud in one day and then it ends. I don't think those personalities would allow that to happen. That just doesn't make sense to me. However, if we are throwing a fib onto this chart, what did we actually do yesterday? We just got into a 618. We did it in an impressive manner all in one day. Good pullback. We got a little support. We held on to some levels. So watch for today 274.74. Yeah, Wendy says the 618 on the daily perfect bounce. We will see. I don't I don't think the Twitter feud's done. If it continues to escalate, Elon has figured out how he was getting a little upset. Some liberals out there, and if you're a liberal listening to me right now, that's probably not you. Maybe one of you was out there lighting Teslas on fires. I don't know. And it didn't I Elon wasn't happy with that. It wasn't good for business. So now we figured out how to get liberals and MAGA to just light Teslas on fire, I think. I think that's the goal. Just try to balance it out. I don't know. I don't know. Is this good for business? A Twitter fight with the president? I don't see how it's possible, but uh watch where we're opening. Right now we're into that 50. That could be a little resistance. I think there's probably a little uncomfortable feeling in Tesla stock, so it is a gap and go. Let's see if we get a pullback. We should be looking to hold today 287.74. If we start breaking through that, maybe a double bottom at 274.74, but it would look like it's continued weak. Look at the volume that came in on Tesla yesterday. This is just wild. The chart's wild. Um, yeah, I don't know if we're done yet. We might need some little bit more, couple days of consolidation would be good if you're going to try to buy this thing. This is a very interesting buy spot, but you have today, you have over the weekend, and Twitter is online 24 hours a day. So we'll see if there's more just back and forth or not. If things escalate, that's going to put more pressure on Tesla. And then if we start breaking big levels, really the low of yesterday's candle, you're looking back at like the 252 zone, then you're looking back to like the 227 zone. So we'll see how this plays out. At least it's trying to gap up. It's probably safe to say it was a little oversold yesterday. It, I don't know. Brand damage. We'll have to see how this thing plays out. And again, escalation and it's just not going to be good for Tessie. But we'll see. Let's try to hold the 618. Let's try to hold 287.74 if we could. Fantastic. Maybe this is just one crazy big shakeout. When he says I was on the Elon Trump induced high and got cash secured puts at the bottom. You bought you sold some puts. Yeah, I sold a couple puts down at 210. And I'm like that was about when we were at $300. I was like, there's got to be some premium. Let me see what we can do. So I sold some. I got some 210s, and if I get filled, they get filled. I'm okay with that. But Lucian says I think the news will overshadow the technicals on this one. Yeah, it was a good bounce spot. We need the news. We just need no more tweets back and forth. If we could get that, then we could build a little bit of support down here. I don't think it's going to be one day that we just. I don't know. We'll see what happens. What if there's a tweet today that goes, "Oh, sorry, my Twitter was hacked," and then all of a sudden we're right back to 362 again in one day. It's just wild times. It's just crazy. Can we vote to block their accounts? Good luck blocking Elon's account at least because he kind of owns that one. He kind of owns Twitter now. So if anything, I mean, he could block Trump. That would be crazy. And then we would have no insider info. It's not insider. It's just we catch it when it comes out. We just know what to watch for. All right, we got HRL Hormel Foods hanging out. Yeah, nothing too crazy. You're opening right where you close on this one. On a swing trade basis, though, it does look to me like we have a little bit of a flag hanging out. If we could start to climb above, let's see what level this is. This is somewhere around. If we get some closing above 390.90, so 390.91, 390.92, something like that. I think that's us breaking out of this bull flag, and then maybe you're off to the next target, 31.37. Not typically a stock that moves an awful crazy amount. I don't really want them to put some AI in my food, but there's no hot story with them, I guess. So not usually typically big moves. They did have a big candle on earnings, something like that could cause it, but looks to me like decent after earnings, and we're just consolidating. If we can get above that $30.90 range, that could be decent. I would probably look more for a swing trade uh than a day trade on Hormel. Herbal Life, sometimes. I remember this one being in the news. This was a big hot topic at one point. Herbalife. For right now, it's looking a little bit weak for yesterday, and again, the entire market kind of sold off. We'll see if some bids come in. Right now, nothing crazy where bulls or bears are really too shocked on this one, causing any significant amount of panic or glee with this one. So, but not a great breakdown for this one to go bullish 751 or higher, or so we'll say 752 or higher. Maybe could set us up, but you're running right into a bunch of resistance at that point. On a daily perspective on this one, you might want to, again, probably more of a swing trade stock than a day trade stock, which is fine, but you're looking probably seeing because that was a double bottom, nice higher lows, good breakout candle. Ran right into that 200, pulling back a little bit. Watch these levels. The first one to watch if you're trying to maybe accumulate a couple shares. If you like this one long, somewhere around 733, and then the next spot somewhere around $7.17. That would get you into that 618 zone on Herbalife, but we will see. Uber had yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there was news yesterday. I had this one on my screen. The only thing I was thinking is Uber. It, it's not a competitor to Tesla, but it could be in terms of the robo taxi. We were seeing some interesting bullish moves yesterday, and this is later in the day. This happened. I didn't take any trades on it, but I did have it on my screen, and I saw some random, interesting, good-looking candles coming in. So I don't know if there was additional news, something that I missed. I didn't really see it, but if Tesla has brand damage, if Tesla's no longer a thing, and we just keep burying Tesla, I don't think so. I think this market forget by Monday we'll forget there was a Twitter feud, unless the Twitter feud's still going on Monday. But if if Robotaxi or Tesla brand damage or anything is a little bit more sticky or permanent, that will probably actually benefit Uber. And then you'll probably see some bigger push on Uber. So we'll see what happens on this one. But yeah, interesting momentum coming in. I think I'd want to stay a little bit more bullish on this one. Probably play into that momentum. Not at open though. So first spot I'm looking for is 85.56. If we get above it, that would look interesting. But then your next target is 85.92. So inside day, it is a retest gap. I'd see if you get a pullback at least to like 84.74 as a potential buy spot on this one. If it comes into there, maybe you could take a stab at it. Michelle says Tesla is a wild beast. That is the biggest understatement I've heard in 2025. Yeah, it is. It is. It's like a beast on roids. That's what Tesla is. It's just if you own some Tesla shares, you get a day like that, you just turn off your computer. Like I think the Amish have it really good. If you have no power, no electricity, you're oblivious to all the Twitter feuds. It's a good day. That's it. Yeah, you had a nice peaceful day. If you own shares, you're just like, oh,